Chat! Holy shit, chat! What is this? It's Saturday! And I'm streaming for a second day in a row. What is this? Check your windows. Make sure that the horsemen aren't riding. But in all seriousness. Heyo guys, welcome to the stream. On a Saturday. Glad to see you, as always. Glad you guys could join us, as always. And you'll have to pardon the little hiccup there on the stream. That's what happens when you don't put Streamlabs in studio mode before you do a last minute check. So you get to have a little peek behind the curtain for just this one stream. Yeah, I know, Digital Arc, it's insane. What's going on? I don't know about the whole Blake and Kerensky thing, but, you know, praise your preferred deity if you like, although mostly it was just me having a good time last night and wanting to continue the good times again today. I had a little trouble sleeping last night because I just had a bunch of ideas running through my head about what I wanted to do next in the campaign. And I was like, you know, I should probably take some time off. But I really want to play some more BattleTech, so we're going to play some more BattleTech, because that's what you do. That's what you do. So yeah, again, glad to see everybody. Glad you could make it on a Saturday, and hopefully your Saturday is going well. As the Twitter machine and the stream title might lead you to believe, I have some plans. I have some plans today, chat. And they're big plans. Well, big-ish plans, anyway. Certainly bigger plans than we've had this entire campaign. So, again, this will look very familiar. We've got some mechs in the mech bay needing repairs. We got our med bay 3, and of course we've got some pilots that are injured. With that being said, we've got a busy stream ahead of us because the first thing we need to do is build up some clan mechs. Because, as you'll recall, we finished out the command center yesterday. There are no more missions left here in this planet. And after having looked at navigation, and after having talked about flashpoints, I saw one that I found was right up our alley. So we are currently in clan space, specifically Clan Wolf, and we've got a few flashpoints in the area. But this one specifically, just on the edge of Jade Falcon and Steiner space. Oh yes, it's going to be hot, sweaty, merc on clanner action all day today. But here in Claremont, this is a decent world. It's a tropical world, so we don't have to worry about heat issues as much. And it's a manufacturing world controlled by Steiner, and we've got about a month before the fighting starts with Jade Falcon. So it's going to take us 23 days to get there. It's going to take 33 days before they actually start fighting. So we've got just enough time to get there, do a little bit of prep work if we need to, and then get straight down to business to defeat the Huns. In this case, the Jade Falcons, but I think the name is still apt. There are also some other flashpoints around here as well, but this one to me seemed like the most appropriate. It is a little lower. We were doing 3 skull missions last stream. I think 2 skulls will probably be a little better for a flashpoint because we are going to have back-to-back missions for an indeterminate amount of time. I think this is Jade Falcon fighting Wolf down here, Erst. And I think it was the same thing here. Yeah, it's Jade Falcon and Wolf fighting each other. This is another Steiner versus Jade Falcon, but it's a 5-skull planet. And then this one is another Jade Falcon, but again, we don't have enough time to get there. The fighting will have already started by the time we arrive. So this one gives us time to get there, prepare, and still not miss the action. So that's my plan for today. But because we're going to be traveling, I want to make sure that we get all of our mech bay heresy taken care of up front so that all that work can get done before we get there. With that being said, correct. To defeat the clans. With that being said, I did a dumb thing at the end of last stream, and I broke down the Naga and both of the Timberwolves when I really should have just left them readied up because those are the things that we're going to be screwing with. So now I'm going to waste a day putting them back together And then we will do the Mech Bay Heresy. And while I'm thinking about it, let me go ahead and give you guys some game audio before I forget about that and get too hot and heavy into it. Now, there was one other thing that I was looking at. And specifically, that was, let me see, where is it at? It's in here somewhere. Ah, yes, this, the Rifleman 2C. The Rifleman 2C that I picked up, and I told you guys about this mission, but we didn't actually play it on stream. This is the one mission I did off stream. I realized this Rifleman 2C has ballistic hardpoints. The one that we're currently using has energy hardpoints, and we've got it filled with plasma rifles. So my question to you guys is, do we refit and go with the ballistic rifleman, as is tradition? Or do we just go ahead and stick with the bug zapper, the 4 plasma rifle rifleman? Because honestly, I kind of like the bug zapper. It's been really, really good for taking care of elementals and other battle armor and vehicles, so I'm kind of partial to it. Oh, you're gonna do that. You're gonna do that, huh? Alright, I'll do you one better. I will do you one better. Hold on, I got it in here somewhere. You did this to you. Just know that. You did this to you, chat. You're gonna have this stuck in your head today now. Rex and pulse lasers would be good too, but that's what I wanted to see, because I'm gonna sell one of the riflemen. But my question is, do you guys like plasma riflemen, or do you like big AC energy riflemen? I know the ACs are more traditional as riflemen go, but we're also kind of an unorthodox company, so... Why not both? That's a great question. Honestly, I like to have some variety in the company, though. So that's why I don't like to have, well, I say that while we're getting ready to put together 2 Timberwolves, but that's a little bit of a different case. The Timberwolf is a special case because of its versatility. And Sierra already beginning the stream, gifting a sub to a jammed stapler. Sierra, thank you once again for the generosity for gifting the sub, and jammed stapler, welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions. Please enjoy all of the Ecto Cooler Kool-Aid that we have. It's the only flavor we have, but it is delicious, so that helps. Well, for now, I think we'll stick with what we have. I may not sell the Rifleman 2C just yet, but it seems like there's definitely some push to maybe go back to the autocannons, so we will consider that. But we already got a lot of work to do in the mech bay, so let's get to it. We're gonna fast forward just a couple of days so that these mechs can be rebuilt. And, oh no! It turns out Clan Wolf is not happy with us because we killed their people in a war. Oh no! I think that's okay. The only problem is, now when we're in Clan Wolf space, we won't be able to get anyone from the hiring hall, and we won't be able to buy anything from the store. Also, there's a chance that our people may get ambushed and we may have to do, like, impromptu missions if we stay here for too long. I think it's a pretty rare event, but it does happen. Let me see. One day, that'll give us our Timberwolves, and then let's hit the Mech Bay for some Mech Bay heresy. First off is the Naga, which we already talked about. And this Naga, I think, is going to be close to, if not the final word, on our Aero 4 platform, because it does have 2 Aero 4s built in. We cannot remove them. Unfortunately, though, we're going to have to remove the equipment from the Stormcrow, the Holy Fat Man 3. Remember, we got fancy and used Roman numerals for this one. But we're going to have to remove most of the equipment from this one because this is where all of our ammo is. So for now, I'm just going to strip the equipment. Well, I say that, and I guess it didn't register me holding shift, so let's try that again. Oh, I guess it takes the heat sinks now, too. Well, fine. We'll go ahead and leave that under ton because we might be able to do something with it. But right now, we just want the ammunition so we can put it in the Naga. We'll hit the ammo bays, and of course, because we're shooting 2 Arrow 4s per round, we're gonna need more ammo. So I'm thinking at least 4 bins of Arrow 4. Then of course we have to put the Davy Crockett in, just for those emergencies when you need a war crime on a budget. And then I'm trying to debate, I mean, we've used the Inferno ammo a little bit, but not that much, if I'm being honest. We have not actually used the... Well, we've used the Inferno ammo on accident, but most of the time, we're just using the standard ammunition. So my thinking is, we don't even put any additional weapon systems in this thing because it's gonna be pretty slow anyway. And we just leave it in the bag. Just launching Arrow 4s, slinging hate from downrange. But if we do that, then it's a debate about whether we put one more bin. Well, I would love an FCS first, but unfortunately we do not have any artillery FCS. If we did, I would absolutely use them here. But what we can do instead is spend a little bit of tonnage to, for example, put in an ECM suite for counter battery, and potentially put in an AMS as well. Because our heat management isn't a huge concern on this thing, I mean, we could go clan AMS and then just stick in a bin of ammo for it, just to protect it from any counter battery firing. I'm not too worried about that jam stapler. We're going to have enough people on the field, and I'm usually pretty good about positioning our artillery units unless we end up in contact. And at that point, I'm going to be relying on most of our brawlers to protect the artillery. Plus, with the Naga being an assault mech, it can actually stand up to a decent amount of punishment. But this gives us anti-missile defense, anti-scan defense, and it gives our people a bubble to hide under. We're not going to be able to add any armor to it, but again, it's an artillery platform, so we don't necessarily need a lot of armor. We could, however, drop the AMS or the ECM just to add a little more defense. But I'm actually okay with this design as it stands. It works as an artillery platform. It also works as... I mean, we could do that, but we're also putting ourselves at risk if we do that. Remember that we're in clan space, and clan weapons hit pretty hard. So your average PPC is gonna strip half the armor from any of these locations in a single shot. You are right, it won't get shot at very much. Let's see. How much... Well, unfortunately, we can't... I was gonna see if we could put Pharaoh on this thing, but the armor is locked in, so we're not actually able to change it out. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Let's drop just a little bit of armor off this thing. See if we can get one more ton to play with. Because more ammo would definitely be nice. Now, I will say, it's gonna hurt the company coffers quite a bit when you consider the fact, that Arrow 4 is very expensive ammunition to be slinging. But for each bin, we get 5 rounds. So this gives us 25 rounds, or effectively 12 ties of ammunition. Yeah. And that also leaves us with the Davy Crockett, our one-off war crime, if we need it. And Sierra again gifting yet another sub, this time to Ali Exter. Welcome to the stream, and welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions, Ali. Again, Sierra, thank you so much for the generosity. You do not have to do that. I keep telling you, you don't have to do it, and you keep doing it anyway. It means a lot, though. Thank you very, very much. But let's go with this. This is going to take us a day. It's got decent defense other than the armor, and we've got a lot of ammunition, so we can definitely put a lot of hurt downrange. And that will be our Naga. Oh, well, I should have renamed it, but we'll do that once it's done. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Now, the next step in terms of Mech Bay Heresy, and for any of you, I'm going to say this, I don't normally address the YouTube viewers in the stream, but in this instance, I know there are some viewers on the YouTubes that aren't super fond of the Mech Bay shenanigans, so I'm going to let you know, if you are out there in YouTube land watching the stream right now, you might want to go ahead and fast forward a little bit, because we are going to spend some significant amount of time in the Mech Bay this go around, because we have several more mechs that we need to work on. But with that being said, we have 2 Timberwolves, and there was some discussion last stream about who was actually going to pilot these. And much like I did the first time around, I gave some thought to which mechs in our fleet are most in need of an upgrade currently. And I settled on 2 of them. Specifically, the Dervish, which isn't a bad mech by any stretch of the imagination, but it is starting to age a little bit, and it's one of our missile boats. This is correct, Sarini. Why have a Mech Bay and why have all of this fun if you're not going to do something with it? But again, I know there are some people out there that don't like that part of the game and don't want to watch it, so I'm just giving them advance warning that there's going to be some pretty extensive Mech Bay shenanigans before we actually get into the action today. And I'm not saying that we won't refit the Dervish. We're not getting rid of it. I'm just considering upgrading one of our Timberwolves to a missile boat primarily to fill that gap in our lineup. And the Dervish itself can become something else down the line. Again, we're going to need to field multiple teams. So my thinking is, for Sierra, who is the current pilot of the Dervish, we take one of these and just cram all the missiles into it. Just make this thing a missile-chucking machine. And to do that, I'm going to do the same thing we just did with the Stormcrow and strip all the equipment. And in this case, that's going to take our LRM-20s and everything else, which we're then going to put directly into one of the Timberwolves. Budget Kintaro, maybe. That's not an unfair assessment. And so, of course, having just taken out the LRM-20s, we're gonna stick them right back into the Mad Cat, where they belong. That is correct, Erst, but again, I want to have multiple teams that we can rotate in and out in case anybody gets damaged on the field when we're doing the flashpoint. So I would like to have at least 2 or 3 decent mechs in reserve, so if one of them gets damaged or catastrophically destroyed, or we lose pilots or something like that, then we have something to fall back on. Because during the flashpoints, we're not going to have the ability to, like, scramble and come up with a solution to that problem. So my thinking is, with the LRM-20s, if we don't, like, we can do, for example, the same thing we did with the Dervish and add the Artemis system to them. They're in here somewhere? Oh, no, that's right. We have the Artemis systems on the Treb. I forgot about that. Well, never mind. No Artemis system after all. Well, if that's the case, then how about we go extra dumb? And how many more LRMs can we cram into this puppy? See, that gives us 30 plus 30. That's 60 LRMs. That is half a bin of LRM ammo every turn. That's a lot of DACA. It's not quite an MRM, but it's pretty damn close. So let's see. We basically figure every bin of LRM ammo is going to be 2 turns of full alpha. So this is going to give us 8 turns of full missile volleys. We could go even farther than that. We could go 10 turns. And Capsty, yes, you are correct. There's no such thing as too many missiles. However, I do want to leave a little bit of space in this thing so that we can add something in the arms, some lasers or something to just, you know, to give them something else to use in the event that we run out of ammunition. But this, again, gives us an alpha strike of 60 LRMs on target every single turn. That is a lot of hate. And it's slightly more than what the Dervish was capable of putting on target. Now, again, we can be dumber. We can go dumber, chat. Because we don't have to do lasers. We can do more missiles. But I'm not going to do that. That's true. We could do another LRM-20. We could do another LRM-20. Let me see. Well, I mean, weight-wise, the launchers don't really matter because 3.5 tons for a 15 and 5 tons for a 20. So with the 10, which is half of that, you get 2.5 versus the 5. So the tonnage is the same. Let me think. Do we really? I think we do, chat. I think we do. We're gonna give this thing even more hate to send downrange. So that is almost all of it. You know what? We'll put these in the arms. We'll put them in the arms for symmetry, just so the arms don't get lonely. Then again, hold on. There we go. And that leaves us room for one more bin of ammo. I have no idea how the ammo efficiency on this thing is going to be, but look at that. That is 80 LRMs per volley. That is 80 LRMs coming from a single platform per Charon. And it's a Mad Cat, so it's pretty fast and it's very maneuverable for a heavy mech. If we were ever going to do a missile boat, I mean, this is the most missile. The only way that we could do more than this is if we had ourselves an assault mech with the same thing. So, yeah. Do we say, is this an appropriate replacement for the Dervish? I think it is. My only regret is that we have no 400 engine to put in it, but we wouldn't be able to anyway. Sierra approves. Well, if the pilot that's going to be running it approves, then I'd say that's all we need to hear. I mean, I like Blot Out the Sun, but that's a bit of a mouthful. I think somebody else already said what we're gonna name this thing. Again, it's just enough to make you ask questions, right up until they see it fire. And that's only going to cost us 10k, chat. That's going to cost us 10k and 1 day to turn this thing into a missile-slinging abomination. Wait, do we have enough? Now, I was going to call it Sierra's Nice Wreck, but unfortunately we do not have the space. So there we go.
Get it in the schedule.
And that's going to replace our Dervish in the lineup. So the next question that I have, and I do wish that Ostsol was here in the chat, because I know he asked specifically for the Cougar. But at the same time, the Cougar is the only non-specialized light mech that we still have in our main lineup. We still keep the Disco Inferno because it's an outstanding scout and also for the memes. But I would love to get this cougar out of the lineup and replace it with a Timberwolf. Just so that we can put some heavier firepower on it. I don't remember. We can check. What was Ost running on his stats?
Commander?
Gunnery and tactics. Eddie's already maxed out on gunnery. So, oh, and I see Digital Arc there, putting in their name in the list. Again, we may actually be hiring some new pilots when we get to this next system. So let's see. Digital Arc. I guess we'll just go with Digital Arc as your call sign. I don't know if we can fit the whole thing in there. We could put Clan Light Gauss in there, but we don't have any Clan Light Gauss. However, we do have some Clan regular Gauss. But let's have a look at what we can do with this thing. We can do Arc 2. Alright, well, I'll just cross out Digital then, and you can be Arc once we get you into the game. But just having a look at the Gauss. Like, we have one light Gauss that we got from, I think, a Centurion or something from a while back. Oh, the Cougar. Yeah, we could do that. But I was thinking, you know, again, full-on heresy here, just double Gauss rifle, why can I not say that? Double Gauss Timberwolf. Don't even put anything in the shoulders. Just do this, and then put as much ammo in it as we can. Speaking of, how much ammo do we actually have? Oh man, imagine if we had some heavy Gauss, that would be great. So let's see, we can do 1 bin, 2 bin, red bin, blue bin? Do we want to put in a 3rd bin? I mean, this gives us 8 turns. And heat management is non-existent. We don't have to really worry about it. But what do we do with an extra half a ton? That is the question. AMS, maybe? Because we don't have... Well, you know what? We could go 1 full ton and put an ECM in it. So go ECM and then just drop a little bit of armor. Let me see. We'll drop a little more off the legs. Because, of course, the mech is never going to get legged, right? Never. There we go. So we keep the armor, we give it some ECM so that they can't get a lock on it. And our long-range firepower is up to 130 damage if we hit with both. The only problem with the Clan Gauss is it does have a minimum range, so we'll have to keep them back a little bit. So that means if we do get a light mech or something in very, very close, we'll have to rely on allies, so... But I think this is a fitting replacement for the Cougar, and a good upgrade for Ostsal. Again, I wish he were here to confirm, because I feel like he was just... he just really, really wanted the Cougar. But, let's see. What do we want to call this abomination? I don't know if we're gonna have... I don't... Damn it. Man, all the good names you can't fit in there. We could name it Simo. Although, I would feel more appropriate doing that if it were Game Master, because he's kind of, you know, the man that makes the 1 in a million shot that decapitates the enemy leadership. Well, unfortunately, I don't think we can give it to Game Master, because... Or no, that's right, he can drive vehicle, or mechs. But I like him in the tank. I like him in the tank. I think we could go with Simo. Now, Big Sumo. Again, you want it to be a good reference so that people that know will understand, but people that don't have to ask questions. This is true. I think Ost wanted the cougar, but at the same time, I don't know that there's a place for that particular platform in the lance that we're running. It could be a good backup. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out, but I think that's a decent design. So the Stormcrow and the Dervish are now sitting without equipment. Let's get these guys up here in the lineup. I gotta remember to rename the Naga once we're done building it up. But yeah, that'll keep our folks in the mech bay busy for a little bit. And yeah, I think we head out. Unless, is there anything I'm forgetting? Let me see. So, because I have my list, like I always do. We did the missile boat Timberwolf for Sierra. We did the refits on the Naga. And then, let me see. I think I was going to try to sell stuff, but I don't think there was anything that needed selling, and I'm over here breaking my neck. Let me see if I can reset the camera real quick. VC Face does not like it when I look down at my notebook. But yeah, I think we're in good shape. At this point, we just hit the flashpoint. Come on, VC Face, reset. Reset, damn it. There we go, that's better. Oh yeah, we definitely sold a decent amount. We're sitting at 12.5 million C-bills, so we don't necessarily need to sell anything else, but it was something that was in the back of my mind for some reason. I don't really remember why. That's what happens when I don't write things down. But yeah, so we got 23 days, and now only 30 days before the fighting starts, which is actually good. That'll give us just enough time to get there, check out the shop, maybe pick up a few new pilots, and then get stuck into an actual Flashpoint campaign, chat. So here we go.
Calculating course now.
We're gonna hit payday before we get there. We're gonna finish our medbay upgrade before we get there. Oh, well. Yang finished that a little faster than I thought he would. Not that I'm complaining, don't get me wrong. So, we need to rename this puppy to, and of course we gotta go with Roman numerals to be fancy AF. And yeah, there we go. We got Big Simo, look at those Gauss rifles, look at that. You know what? I wasn't gonna go with the skeleton motif on this, but given the weapon systems that it's packing, I think that actually works out perfectly. And then this thing, the nice wreck, like it looks like a normal Timberwolf almost, but man, they gonna learn. The first time we pull that trigger and let that full alpha off the chain, they are gonna learn. I'm just trying to figure out like what's going on, because we clearly have the weapon systems in the arms. I guess that's just a limitation of the model. Because the arms definitely look weird on this one, but that's okay. We know the weapon systems are there, even if you can't see them. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. How about this? How about this? Typhoon, are you still in chat? I know I saw you in here a little while ago. Because what I'm thinking is because we just downgraded the Dervish, we could potentially switch out the Trab for the Dervish. Since we've still got 20 days, that should be more than enough time. So my question to you, Typhoon, you want a Stormcrow or you want a Dervish? As a matter of fact, I don't remember if we spec'd you for precision or if we went for a specific weapon system on you. You are... Oh, you're guts anyway, so that's... a moot point. And AFP, welcome to the stream on a Saturday. I know, crazy that I'm streaming 2 days in a row, but glad you could join us. Glad to see you. Hopefully your Saturday is going out freaking standing, because mine is actually going pretty well today, believe it or not. Well, see, that's what I was thinking, Erst. My question is Typhoon, do you want to be a dervish brawler? You good with us just sticking all the SRMs in this thing and letting you go crazy with it? Oh, gonna grab some water. Well, that's a good idea. I think I will have some water as well. Hi, Rex. Well, as always, glad to see you, and have a good nap. Hopefully it is well earned. And we will be probably right here by the time you wake up, unless you just sleep the day away. Alright, well, let's do it then. Let's go ahead, and we will go the next mile, and we will just store the treb. This is the second time we're storing the treb. I stored it away, and then said, okay, we're done with it for a while, and then we came back and did it again, so we'll probably pull it out of storage again, some point. And Doomesh, good to see you. Glad you could join us for this Saturday stream. Glad you could make it. Hopefully you're having an outstanding Saturday as well. Chad, I know it's also pretty expensive, but I'm thinking about upgrading to the Clan XL, and let me tell you why. You could probably already guess. But the Clan XL doesn't have the same vulnerabilities that the regular Inner Sphere XL does, and we have a lot of extra money. So it seems like a good upgrade for this mech because we're going to protect from the engine crits in the side torso. And Troubleshooter 11, first time chatter in the stream. Welcome to the stream on a Saturday afternoon. Hopefully you're doing well. Saw some stompy robots decided to check out the stream while stomping around in Mech Warrior 5. Well, that is an outstanding way to spend your Saturday. And hopefully the salvage and sea bills will be in your favor. And you are correct, General Quarters. Another stream. Another stream. We had a good enough time last night. I just couldn't stay away. I had to get in some more BattleTech this weekend. It's what you guys do to me. This is all your fault. I blame you for everything. So let's see. We could use the streaks. Streaks are fun. However, streaks are also heavy. But let's see if we can do it. I think we have just enough streak SRMs that we can fill this thing up with them. And still have 5 tons left over for ammo. That is absolutely disgusting. Do we have enough ammunition to support it? Oh my, we have 19 bins of ammunition. We have 19 bins of ammunition, chat. We have more than enough room to fill this puppy up. Alright. Do we go... You know, we've been putting ECM in everything else. I think we put ECM in this as well. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna make this thing a brawler. You know what we have to do, chat. You know what we have to do. Damn it. We're just a little bit overweight. We're just a little bit overweight. But that's gonna turn this into a 6'9". Nice. A 6'9" is a very fast boy, and that's a lot of streak SRMs. So... do we drop just a little bit more armor? Then again, look at our heat efficiency. Good God, I just now saw that. Hold on. We might have a problem, chat. We might have a problem. If we upgrade to the doubles, what does that do for our heat efficiency? Still not great. Still not great. Ugh. So are the normal SRMs, do they have the same amount of heat though, I wonder? 16 heat versus 15, so about the same. And I saw somebody, Sierra, gifting another sub to Troubleshooter. Troubleshooter, welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions. And also slapping CGBI, hard luck, welcome to the stream if you're out there lurking. Just making it rain gift subs in chat once again. Sierra, thank you so much for the generosity. And if you got gifted a sub, be sure to thank this man. Admiring his massive chicken is optional, but highly encouraged. Inner Sphere. Do we even have any Inner Sphere? Yeah, at this point, I have already sold all of the Inner Sphere SRM launchers. But we can save weight. We can save weight by ditching the streaks. And that will give us some more room for heat sinks. God bless America. So we'll see if we can do this without the streaks. Oh yeah, that gives us a bunch of additional weight to play with. I'm liking this already. Let's see. How many Artemis systems do we have? I know we can't mix and match. We've only got 2. Well, damn it. MRMs do, in fact, make for an outstanding dervish. You are correct, AFP. The only problem is, currently, I don't think we have an MRM launcher. And if we do, yeah. Like, for whatever reason, MRMs is just one of those things we have not come across in this campaign. Like, I've only seen them a couple of times, and the few times that we saw them, we were broke. And we weren't able to buy them. And we haven't gotten any as salvage. So I don't know why, but MRMs have just been super hard for us to find this campaign. Especially since we came to Clan Space. But let's see what we can do with this. I think we just put in the ammo and then see what we've got left to play with. Because we do have energy hard points as well. So there's other stuff we could do here. First off, we need SRM ammo. And you know what? We could even do some goofy stuff. We could throw in some Inferno ammo. Man, we got options. We got options. So let's see. This is how much per bin? 100 ammunition. I think it's a good deal. What do you think, chat? You think 6 bins of ammunition is good? That's 1 bin of ammo for each launcher. If we're firing 6 missiles from each launcher, then that means... we should have roughly 1.5-ish full volleys per bin. No, we don't do jump jets in this company. We don't do jump jets in this company. If you've got room for jump jets, you've got room for more ammo or more weapons. Yeah, I would definitely put more Infernos in here if we had them, but we've only got 2 bins, which is unfortunate. So 16 turns, that'll be good enough. Then the real question is, what do we fill in instead? First, we need to deal with the heat. That's the first thing. So we got 36 heat we got to deal with. Let's see if we can get this thing heat neutral. Do we have... We do have some E-cooling that we can throw in it, but it's only a +2. That's not great. But that'll save us a little bit on our critical space. And then let's just start cramming some heat sinks in here. Like I said, see if we can get it heat neutral. Or close to it, anyway. There we go. That's heat neutral. And we still got half a ton to play with, so we can armor up. Replace the little bit of armor that we lost. That's true, Stapler. If you kill your enemies in a single volley, you don't need heat sinks. Unfortunately, I'm not so confident on our ability to do that, especially considering how many clan mechs we're going to be going up against. So this is going to be a very expensive refit, mostly because of the Clan XL, but it's only going to take us a day. We've got plenty of ammo. We've also got some Inferno rounds, so we can jack up the heat on these donkeys as well. Ride the heat line. I mean, we are riding the heat line. Like, heat neutral is heat neutral. We're at 0 delta. So if there's any environmental factors or anything like that, we're still going to be building heat. Ammo explosions are less of a concern, Sierra, because we do have the case. That's specifically why I put the Clan Pharaoh in this thing, so that we'll get the case automatically with it. You cannot put hands on a dervish, Dumesh. Believe it or not, they don't let you put the hands on it. So you look at the model, the hands are just big-ass empty boxes, and so there's nowhere to put a hand. But yeah, so we're upgrading to the Clan XL to protect from engine crits, and I've also, again, put the Clan Pharaoh to protect from ammunition explosions. I mean, it's still not safe. We're still carrying 6 tons of explosives, but it's safer. It's about as safe as you're gonna get in the Tenori Tigers, anyway. So we're gonna spend 1.4 million C-bills to get this brawler put together, and that will give Typhoon a much-needed upgrade from their dervish. And it'll give Yang something to do for a day. So let's continue down the road. Yes, thank you. And that's just in time to finish the med bay. So, right when I said let's get moving, let's immediately stop again and look at upgrades. What's the current year in-game? It's 3064, I believe, but I don't know when exactly in 3064. Yeah, we're about to roll over to 3065. Oh, that's right. Now that we've done the heresy, we have to name that dervish. So let me see. The medbay upgrade is going to be expensive, but it wouldn't be bad. We don't need the second set of mech bays yet. I don't think we need the tonnage limit yet either. We're already doing the repairs in the mech bay pretty quickly, so I don't think we need that. You know what? Let's do the last upgrade to the lounge.
All right, I'll get the team on it right away.
We're gonna do the last upgrade to the lounge. Wait, you guys deserve an upgraded lounge. And it's also not gonna take very long. So let's head back to the mech bay real quick before we continue to travel in earnest yet again. And, if I can... Damn it! Why? It's always one letter too short. It's always one letter too short. You know what? We're gonna misspell it on purpose. Again, make people ask questions. No. If I'm gonna misspell it, AFP, I'm gonna misspell it like that. I want people to know. I want people to know that I misspelled it on purpose. Plus, you know, you've got the double entendre, because I'm gonna imagine that because it's so much fun, and it's also so hot, that Typhoon is going to be running around in this thing with no pants on, because it's just going to be cooking all the time. That's how I imagine it anyway. Correct. When the clanners stop to complain about the spelling, that's when we get them. That's when we have Karos stab him in the back. I mean, he's the company Capellan, so... They'll never see it coming. Merc news? Sure, why not? Spam me with news. I will spend 10 C-bills a year for your goofy news. Why not? Uh-oh. Duck Cobble. They're giving the doctor a name now? Duck Cobble summons you to the mech bay where Karos is laying on a bed. Blah, blah, blah. This is the prosthetic limb thing. I know I promised this to Erst, and it kind of sucks that it procced on Karos instead, especially considering that Karos is a geriatric. So, I don't know if he's going to live long enough in terms of age for a prosthetic to mean much of a difference. But I said I was going to do it. I said I was going to do it. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. Yeah. We did it. We did it. The company is a family, and you know how I feel about companies that say that, but we'll leave it where it lies. Whatever we need to do to keep us going, we'll do it. Transfer the payment immediately. Karos is no longer debilitated and may be deployed at the cost of 1 million C-bills. Well, it says that. Oh, so he's still gonna be in med bay, but we can actually deploy him now. I get it. Yeah. Well, troubleshooter, since you're relatively new, my soapbox moment with the whole this company is a family is most companies that say that don't mean it the way you think that they do. When they say that their company is like a family, they want you to think they mean that they're going to take care of you, but what they actually mean is that they're going to take advantage of you and expect you to put up with it for absolutely nothing, because that's another thing that family does. Like, if you come from a dysfunctional family, then you know family will screw you harder than anyone else on the planet, if you let them. Let's see, this is Merc News crap. I don't really care, if I'm being honest. This is mostly so that we'll get more flashpoints. Oh man, a full Royal from a chest though, Serini. Full Royal Highlander from a chest. That's the kind of stuff I wish I could get from RNGesus, but RNGesus never gives me anything like that. This is actually a few more jumps than I thought it was. But we should still get there in time. Again, according to the time frame, we should be getting there in time. Well, you may get crap like a locust. I use a locust. I got 2 Whitworths. So, yeah. Let me see. 3 days. I got 4 days to the upgrade. There was a thing that I was thinking about doing real quick. Actually, while we're here, we can hit the hiring hall. Because like I said before, I think we're going to need some more rookies before it's all said and done. We can't currently hire anybody, but I just wanted to see what they have before we get there, but I guess it doesn't matter. Time passes pretty quickly.
Looks like we've arrived, Commander.
System is currently controlled by Steiner, but Jade Falcon will attack it soon. If we have good enough reputation with one or both factions, they may have a contract for us to sign on with their side. So of course we want to view the contracts, because the flashpoint is the whole reason we're here. And yeah, there it is. Well, I'm sorry, it's a flare-up, not a flashpoint. But yeah, we'll be in for the duration. I'm ready to accept the challenge, chat. I think the company's ready. We may be in over our heads, but goddammit, we're never gonna know unless we try. So, for whatever reason, the store is blacked out. I think that's a bug because of the fact that we were restricted from the store when we were in Wolf's base, since we were enemies with them. And for whatever reason, it's not letting us select it. Hopefully a reload will fix that, but if not, we still got the buttons down here. So, let's see what they have. They have an Alicorn, which is very, very tempting. They have a Devastator, also very tempting, and that's the AC-20 Devastator. They have a Banshee, which I don't think I would spend 20 million C-bills on a Banshee, but I'd take one as salvage if they were offering. We got a Marauder 5S. If we had just a little bit more money, we might be able to afford that. Again, plenty. Oh, an Ontos is kind of tempting. Which variant is this? I don't really like this Ontos. It's not a bad tank, but it just doesn't have enough firepower. But let's look at the weapon systems. That's what we're really here for. So there's a long tom, but we already bought one of those. We got medium cannons, MMLs. Oh my goodness, it's an MRM and we have money. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to buy it. We got the Silver Bullet Gus. We've got a Snub-Nosed PPC. I'm always going to buy those when I see them, because we're thinking about the awesome sometime in the future that I will build. God damn it. Gauss FCS might not be a bad idea. If we had enough tonnage, we could stick these on the Timberwolf. Plasma FCS. Holy crap, Chad. Well, I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy them.
New equipment.
We're not gonna use them right away, but I'm gonna buy them. I mean, generally, these are cheap enough. I'm basically, if we got FCSs, I'm gonna buy them, because we can always use them. Let's see. Gauss ammo out the butt. Some LBX ammo, some plasma ammo. We got 2 bins of Inferno SRMs. Yes, please. I believe I will.
Available.
Then we have some Mag Pulse. What do these do again? I forget. Mag Pulse do no damage, but instead inflict a 1-point accuracy penalty to the enemy. Okay. So this is kind of like the Bees LRM, right? Where it's not really an offensive weapon, it's more of an ECM weapon. So this is like a situational ammunition type. Let me see. Tandem charges are good. Does more damage to structure if you hit the structure. So again, very situational ammo type. But what I see is some Rack 2 ammo, which I'm going to buy. We haven't run into a Rack 2 yet, but I'll absolutely buy it. And then, what else do we have? What else do we have? Do we have any LBX-20 ammo? We do not. So I think I'll go ahead and buy that, so we've got it. I know we're going to find an LBX-20 at some point. AC-20 piercing, but we're basically using ultras at this point. I'm not sure that matters all that much. And the Gauss FCSs, I'm gonna buy them anyway. Again, I'm burning a lot of money.
New equipment available.
But there's a lot of stuff here that we've kind of been looking for a long time. But yeah, let's stop the spending spree. Let's stop the spending spree. Go have a look at the command center. So now that we've bought a whole bunch of new toys, let's go ahead and we will start the flashpoint, even though it hasn't started quite yet. We'll go ahead and get started on it. And at this point, we just wait. So, Mech Bay, is there anything that we can get done in a day? We'll go ahead and we will store the Cougar just to save a little money. I think we store the Stormcrow for right now because we're not using it. Nah, we've already got it put together. I'll just hang on to it for now, because we may need a backup mech. What I do want to do, though, is our Timberwolf with the Gauss rifles. We did just buy 2 Gauss FCS. So I'm wondering, can we stick these puppies in here and make it work? I don't think we can, because we already had to drop ammo. Oh yeah, the Royal Black Knight. That's our diet awesome. And it is exactly what it says on the tin. I don't think we can add the Gauss FCS here, because we already had to drop armor. We could lose the ECM suite, but we'd still have to drop another ton of armor in order to make that work, so I think we'll just stick with what we got for now. But we did get the Plasma FCS. Unfortunately, we have 4 plasma rifles on our Rifleman 2C, so that wouldn't be enough to really help. But someday. Someday. Anyway. We got 1 day until our first mission notification. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's see. We are doing, or what are they asking for? Has a mission for us, Commander Unknown Cause. What type of mission is it, though? Details will be provided en route, but it seems to be a blackout mission. Alright.
Hey, boss.
Hey, Commander. Pull up a chair.
I mean, we came to party, and the party has started, so let's make it hot. 419 on a blackout. With a blackout, we could be getting ourselves into just about anything. BattleTech, come on, buddy. There you go. You can do it. So I think it'll be a good opportunity to put the Holy Fat Man number 4 on there. I think we're probably going to drop the rookies, at least for this initial mission. Because a blackout can potentially be almost any mission type, if I remember right. So we definitely don't want to take rookies on a mission where we could be up against just about anything. And then for whatever reason, it's doing that goofy thing with the vehicles again. I don't really know why it does this, but... let's see. We want the Executioner, and I think... Oh no, Rex is still hurt. Damn it. But we can technically bring Rex on this mission. They're not completely out of action. And then we got our Dakota, but we don't have a pilot for it. And we haven't had great luck with the pilots in the Dakota, so, oh, did I? Did I get you mixed up? I did. My bad. My bad. You are correct. Good call. There we go. And it is important because, for those of you that don't pay attention, Sierra actually has Missile Master. So giving them a platform that is all missile is actually a really great idea because they get bonus damage and accuracy to all missile weapons. Oh, I don't understand heat management at all, Ali. We just crammed a bunch of clan double heat sinks into it. Also, it's a royal variant, so it automatically has some heat dissipation qualities. Let me see. Do we put one of the rookies into the Dakota, or do we just leave the Dakota off the field? I mean, having an airborne scout is really, really good. Do we put Karos in it? Even though he's injured, he'll probably die. I wish we could take one more mech and just leave a vehicle. That would be great. Do it. No, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe we put general quarters in? Let them roll the dice again? No. No. I think we give Thenosi. Thenosi's got a lot of guts. Oh, well, we can't do that because Thenosi doesn't have vehicle skill. So now that I think about it, the only pilot that we could actually put in this would be Erst or Karos. They're the only ones that can drive vehicles. Shit. Well, I guess we'll just go without the air cover this time. Because I don't want to risk one of our pilots that's already injured. Oh, are you really? You're not going to let me put Rex in? Okay, fine. No Eddie Laserhands then. We'll replace it with the Saturday Night Fever and put an AFP instead. And I think we are good to go. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk pilots unnecessarily. Unless it's you, Erst. And that's only because I know you're down for it. Alright, this is gonna be our first mission in the Flashpoint. Hopefully we don't go pear-shaped right away. Oh yeah, Ali, we have the Saturday Night Fever, we have the Disco Inferno, we have the Bug Zap. We have a lot of light and sound themed mechs. Yeah, this is probably our heaviest drop yet, and we're not even taking all of our biggest toys. So, we could definitely go heavier. And considering that last night, in the Titan mission, we ran up against 2 additional executioners, like, imagine if we were running a whole lance of executioners, that would be frightening. A bunch of 95-ton mechs that can all sprint 10 hexes? That's a nightmare. Then again, it would be a nightmare that I'm 100% okay with fielding, as long as we're the ones in charge. So this is what, another biological mission, or biological research thing? It's making me a little nervous how long it's taken to load this up, though. BATTLETECH, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Like, the wheel is still somewhat spinning, so I think it's still working. Well, I say that, and now it's not spinning anymore. BATTLETECH. Wait, there we go. There we go. Well, you know what, Capsteve? They can throw as many assaults as they want at us, because we got a lot of hurt. 2 main bases. Head to the first one, scout it out, try not to take any deep breaths. Right. And they did put us on the very edge of the map, so this should be interesting. So I guess we're gonna head here, and then what else? I'm sure there's another facility out here somewhere that they're gonna want us to investigate. Probably this one over here. So we're gonna go here, get ambushed, and then they'll send us to this facility over here, and we'll probably get ambushed again. But, you know what? They can't ambush you if you know it's coming.
Coordinates received. Confirmed.
I don't know if we want to sweep in from the sides here. Probably be smart. Come in from 2 directions. Thankfully, the Holy Fat Man doesn't really need to do anything. We can just put Bolo up here close to the top of this hill and let them rain death down on everybody. As you do.
Position confirmed. Confirmed.
On my way.
And believe it or not, the Saturday Night Fever, now that we've put a little bit heavier engine in it, is actually keeping up with most of the rest of the boys. Or maybe it's just because everybody else is running heavier mechs now.
Moving out.
We'll do the same here, put Mara in the back with the artillery. Artillery that we know will be extra effective against these turrets that are easily going to be pointed against us.
I copy.
But we're not going to run into any enemies until we actually hit the target zone. So we've got time to position ourselves appropriately. And speaking of positioning appropriately, I think I know exactly what we're going to do.
Acknowledged.
I think we're going to try to get Ost up here on top of this ridgeline, because I suspect this is where our second objective is going to be. So from this ridgeline with 2 Clan Gauss rifles, he's going to be able to put some hurt on people. So we'll go ahead and start moving him up that direction already. And the nice wreck, as always, Timberwolves are pretty speedy. Pretty speedy.
Moving to position.
Alright, alright.
Moving to position.
So the artillery should be in position now. We are basically ready for whatever they're gonna throw at us.
You wish.
I say that. Hopefully I don't end up eating my foot before the mission is over. Are we allowed to attack these turrets? Because I know that they're gonna they're gonna attack us with them. So like, are we allowed to attack these things first and just get it out of the way? I don't think I've ever tried it before, but we should be able to attack the ground, right? And Rhubarb! Welcome back to the stream on a Saturday. Glad you could join us again. Hopefully your Saturday's going well.
Commander,
I think we try it, chat. I think we try it.
coordinates received.
Oh, it's not gonna let us because we're not actually in contact with the enemy. I forget. Well, shit.
On my way.
Alright, well I guess we'll get shot in the back by some MRM turrets then. Why not?
Affirmative, Commander.
How far can we get up there? We can actually get pretty high up this mountain in just a couple of turns. Man, you gotta love that clan mobility. They may not be good at brawling, but
Confirm.
when you need to get somewhere fast,
Roger. Copy that.
alright. What else is left? We just got Mara.
Taking a protective stance.
We're in the target zone, but we gotta have 2 units in the target zone. Well, excuse me all to hell.
Roger that.
How about now? And Kailania and Fozzie both making it to the stream. Welcome to the stream on a Saturday. Glad you guys could join us as well, especially on short notice. I know I kind of just put that out there at the last minute this morning. Didn't give you guys that much time to... Didn't give you that much time to prepare to come to the stream on a Saturday. So thanks for showing up. And looks like we're actually surrounded. And the turrets are on our side. Look at that. First time for everything, I suppose. We're gonna need to move as much as we can, though, because... So we got a summoner, we got a summoner. We got a summoner with some elemental support. We got a sidewinder. Well, what sidewinder do you... Oh, mama. Well, that one's gonna hurt. What about these guys? Ultra AC 5s. That one's got an AC 20. We gotta keep an eye out for him. That one's running a PPC and some ATMs. What do we got here? This is another summoner. I mean, I guess leave it to Jade Falcon to send him an entire star of summoners. Tons of whole chickens and chuck roasts. Well, that actually sounds pretty good, Rhubarb. Yeah, let's see. We're not, in fact, gonna charge towards the summoner with the AC 20, but we will get closer. The bug zapper, being where it is, I think we're just gonna fall back a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Once again, unfortunately, because the enemy is kind of just dropping in on us like this, we're not gonna get to shoot at them. So we're just gonna have to position ourselves as best we can, and the next turn we'll actually be able to start taking shots at them. So Sierra, let's get you into the buildings so that you'll have a little bit of cover. AFP is one of our big boys, so we'll go ahead and move forward, and let's get the tanks out here as well. It's not the worst engagement we've ever been in.
I'll rest my mech.
Well, thankfully the turrets are going to get to take some shots, but I don't expect them to do a whole lot. Now I'm kind of glad that I didn't find a way to attack the turrets before the fighting started, because I would have been blowing up our allies. And Jonah as well, joining us for the stream on a Saturday. Welcome to the stream, Jonah. Glad you could make it. Glad to see you. Hopefully your Saturday is outstanding. So far, it's going well. I know we've already been live for an hour and a half, but this is actually our first mission of the day. We spent quite a bit of time in the mech bay getting some new clan heavies put together.
Confirmed.
Alright, first shots fired in anger. I mean, I know a rifleman isn't meant to melee? Oh no, they got battle armor, never mind. I'm not gonna make that mistake twice. So let's back up just a little bit more, try and keep our distance from those elementals. And then, can I shoot directly at the battle armor, or do I have to shoot at the mech? I wish I could shoot at the battle armor. But I do not think it's gonna let me. Nope. Alright, well we'll just have to hope that we get lucky.
Copy that.
Nice. Nice. Yes, please. Yes, please. All day, every day. Did some outstanding damage. That's why we keep the bug zapper around, because it 100% lives up to its reputation. We're not even gonna do anything except stand and deliver. Actually, you know what? We can move back a little bit more. We can move back just a tad bit more. Oh, maybe not. I thought we could get into the buildings, but it doesn't look like it's gonna let us. So we will instead do this. Nah, screw it. Just shoot. Just shoot. It's low chances to hit, but... No, I just want you to shoot. I don't want you to melee. Man, again, the game seems to be struggling for some reason, and we just started. So just now, with all those misses, I'm immediately thinking of Fortune from Metal Gear Solid 2, where all the bullets just curve around her. That's exactly what happened just now. Yeah, well, that's about how the life of a turret operator goes. Glad he's shooting at turrets and not our people, though. And right away, I think we just go ahead and confirm and immediately take the shot, if the game will let me, at this battle armor and hopefully finish them off.
I understand.
Not quite. Close, though. Very close. Yeah, we may, I may hold back and use the bug zapper again, but not use the full volley. Let's see, what kind of odds? Again, everybody's still got, you know what? You know what? Let's just cheese it. They're running in clan heavy mechs, so they're gonna have to take most of their turns in initiative phase 2. And then we will respond once they've used up all their evasion. Because that spawn protection can be really irritating sometimes. I mean, I know summoners are pretty quick anyway, but even so. And Cody making it to the stream as well on a Saturday. Good to see you. Glad to have you. So far, things are going well. You haven't missed a whole lot in terms of missions. It's actually our first mission of the day. And already, our summoner has taken some big hits. Did I make a mistake? Yeah, I made the mistake of trying to stay away from the guy with the AC-20 and instead walking directly towards them. Again, I'm good at this, chat, I promise. Alright, so you guys have got, what, one more move? So who's the move? 'Cause I think that was everybody, wasn't it? Oh, no, you got this guy. Yeah, the Sidewinder. Forgot about him. You're gonna regret that decision, my friend. You are gonna regret that decision. This, I believe, is only a 2-skull mission, Rhubarb.
Orders.
I went with something a little easier than what we were doing because we are doing a flare-up, so we're going to be doing, like, back-to-back missions. So I want to make sure that we're not in over our head.
Coordinates received.
Now it is time. It is time for Sierra to use some of their extensive 840 LRMs to respond in kind to our summoner friend.
Got it.
So we give them the full alpha, as you do, and fire 80 long-range missiles at this joker.
Standing by.
Now, the other thing is you have made the mistake of being in melee range of the Saturday Night Fever, which you may not have realized was a mistake when you did it, but you're gonna learn today.
Confirmed. Targeting physical attack.
You gonna learn today. And there goes the AC-20. So, he got to take one shot with that thing, and we made him regret it.
I copy.
And of course, our man's Game Master gonna come in
Firing on target.
with the clutch Gauss shot right in the leg and take this donkey down as well. So not only did he lose his big gun, he's also gonna be taking a dirt nap. So take a break, loser. You earned it. And we got a couple of engine crits as well. That man is having a bad day.
Orders.
He is having a very bad day. Alright, let's see what Bamboozle can do. Let's see what Bamboozle can do, because I kind of want to hit this Sidewinder, but I also kind of want to hit the Elementals. Or, I'm sorry, the Gnome Battle Armor. Yeah, if that's a Gnome... I don't know. I don't like battle armor. I do not like battle armor. But I also don't like a Clan Gauss rifle either. Can we... Okay, we can't hit him with the machine guns, so I'll go after the Sidewinder instead. When they get a little bit closer and we can hit the battle armor with the machine guns, then we'll do that. Alright, give him the business, Bamboozle. 99% chance to hit with a Gauss rifle.
Target confirmed.
No, not really, Rhubarb. We kind of want to kill everything. It's not so much that there are things that we do and don't want to pulverize, it's just there are some targets that are higher priority than others. Usually based on speed and whatever threat they pose.
Waiting for orders.
Ah, the Diet Awesome. The Diet Awesome. What to do with the Diet Awesome? You know what? I think I know exactly what we're going to do with the Diet Awesome. We're going to head in this direction. And hopefully next turn we'll have Precision Strike, because if we do, we're going to be popping some heads.
Let's see how you like this.
Honestly, I was expecting some better performance from Sex Number. Wait, we had Sex Number on that one, and it did not work out as well as I had hoped. So Bolo is ready to drop the rock, and that's exactly what we're going to do, only we're going to do it ×2. And we're probably going to destroy a fair chunk of this base in the process, but I regret nothing.
10-4.
Boom. And boom. Yeah. Yeah.
Standing by.
Alright. Ost is now in his elevated sniper's nest.
Heading out.
And I think now is as good a time as any to put these new Clan Gauss platforms to the test. I think this donkey, yeah, we're gonna hit him right in the rear armor.
All weapons, go.
And even though we hit him twice in the rear, we did not actually take him out. I was expecting one of those shots to be a center torso shot.
Reporting.
So color me surprised. Unfortunately, Devious has already taken a big hit from that AC-20. So, we'll need to think about our positioning a little more carefully. It's not the end of the world, though, because what we can do is turn this direction, and while we're not going to be able to melee, we are going to be able to basically point-blank shoot this guy in the head. Correct. Keeping the base alive is not part of the contract, therefore collateral damage is acceptable.
Here we go. All right.
And that pilot is now a red streak across the cockpit glass. So, that'll learn you to shoot an AC-20 at my people.
Hell yeah.
We are the ones who knock.
Reporting heavy damage.
And in case you were wondering why I was trying to decide between shooting at a mech and shooting at battle armor, that's why.
Damage minimal.
You can melee the down to mechs, Rhubarb. It's just with the summoner. Because it's a clan mech, we already have a huge penalty to actually hitting with melee. And in that situation, I would rather just go ahead and shoot the guns. Because we have better chances to hit with them anyway.
Yup.
Alright, Gravelion. We are going to stand and deliver on this and finish off this battle armor, but we're not going to use the full volley from the plasma rifles. Actually, you know what? I'm over here thinking tactically and shit. No. Chat, you know what time it is. It's full alpha time.
Stand still, dummy.
Well, apparently the full alpha wasn't enough. Because Gravelion missed with all 4 shots. My disappointment is immeasurable.
I'm here.
But hey, you know what? Typhoon is in a newly christened brawler full of SRM6s, so I think now's a good time to give him the Rochambeau and a full alpha from the SRMs as well. So let's make sure we're kicking and attacking.
Copy that, Commander.
And KTK says, I see Battle Mix. I've been marathoning your series on YouTube up to part 9. So you're also aware of the wily lessons of a deep-voiced history professor. I am indeed. Yeah. Professor Checkers is quite the learned scholar. So welcome to the stream, and welcome to the Cult of Bad Tactical Decisions, courtesy of our resident barbarian and psychopath Solaris Brawler, Erst. Erst, thank you for the outstanding generosity in gifting a sub to KWK. KWK, welcome to the Cult of Bad Tactical Decisions. Please enjoy your Ecto Cooler.
Yes, Commander.
Quick, if that's easier. Well, it is easier. I'm not going to remember that. But this is why I keep a notebook. So let me write that down. Because there are several people in the chat that have names that I don't even attempt to pronounce, and having nicknames makes it much easier. Yeah? And Digital Arc Studio also gifting a sub to Braden, who just showed up in the chat. Braden, first of all, welcome to the Saturday stream, and welcome. Hopefully you're having a great Saturday so far, and a better one now that you've been gifted a sub to the Cult of Bad Tactical Decisions. Glad to have you. With that being said, Mara is ready to drop some bombs. I just have to find a target that's far enough away from our own people, and hey, guess what? I just found one. It's you, Sidewinder. You're the target. And it looks like we got a direct hit. Did some stability damage, but did not get a punch through, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Braden. You already know, I'm also from Texas, and it's been way too damn hot for being the second week of December. I mean, I know we're kind of used to this stuff at this point, but it doesn't make it any less irritating when you have to turn the AC on in December.
Move order confirmed.
Alright, so now that Bamboozle is actually close enough to hit these gnomes with the machine guns, that's exactly what we're gonna do. With precise strike as well.
All weapons, go.
See what kind of damage we can do. The gnomes are pretty durable, though, so we may have to spend a couple of turns taking them out. That's true, Quick. If you are coming over from the YouTube, and I say this often, you will probably be surprised at how much further we have made it. Currently we are somewhere between 20 and 30 hours ahead of the YouTube series, maybe even more than that. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve, but at the same time, it's all the same stuff. It's big stompy robots blowing each other up, so if you know, you know. Now, Game Master, let's see if you're gonna get a lucky headshot on this Sidewinder. Probably not, but you never know.
I copy.
And then, my man's, the man, the myth, the legend,
Target eliminated.
Game Master with the one-time headshot. I know we have a mech called RKO out of nowhere, but the real RKO out of nowhere is that damn Gauss tank.
Good to go.
Alright, now, Commander is ready to bring the Diet Awesome up front in the freshly created parking lot. And we're going to precise strike and see if we can go for 2 headshots in a row. We haven't done a whole lot of work for or against Comstar Quick, but they have been one of our customers here in Clan Space.
Confirmed.
Well, there you go. Another headshot. You love to fucking see it.
Skipper,
And that just leaves our good buddy Bolo. Except they now basically have nothing to do since all of the enemies are currently engaged. So this is why we gave him target prediction. We'll go ahead and do that, so at least they're doing something to help out the Lance, even if they're not able to fire. And the brave little summoner that could has decided to stand up. Let's see what he's gonna do with the last few minutes of his life. Man, they do not like Bamboozle. That's for damn sure. Yeah, always remember to pay your phone bills, fucko. I mean, if you like your kneecaps anyway, you should pay your phone bills. Cause when the guys in the hooded robes show up with the baseball bats, it's already too late.
Copy.
Like, your bill's past due at that point. To be fair, Bolo, I didn't know I was gonna stream today either until about 9:45 this morning, and I just, like, I desperately wanted to play BattleTech, but I also didn't want to play without you guys, so I figured, screw it, it's Saturday, let's stream.
Confirmed.
But good to see you, Bolo. Glad you could join us. You're here just in time to see yourself in the Naga that we put together for you while doing absolutely nothing. Because as usual, our people are in close proximity to the enemy, and so even though you now have 2 arrow 4s to fire at the enemy, they're both still equally useless. But you're here in spirit, and that's what matters. We do, in fact, have a Naga. We actually picked it up in the last mission, last stream. Alright, let's give them the AC2s and the LRMs. Hopefully we'll take these gnomes out. Nope, once again, they survive by the skin of their teeth. Well, glad to hear it, Paranoic. I'm glad that I can be here and stream during times when more folks are actually able to join us. I know the weekday schedule doesn't always work for everybody, which is why I've been trying to kind of transition my streams more toward Fridays and the weekends, so that more of you guys will have time to be here when we're live. So if that's working out for you guys, then I'm happy that it is working. It also works out better for me as well, given my current schedule. Let's see. Our man's oust. Let's take a big ol' precise strike from downtown right into the center torso.
Now, let's see how you handle this.
I would have tried to shoot him in the head, but unfortunately you can't see the head on this thing from behind, apparently. Ah, I see, Capsty. Well, if that's the case, then you are clearly not in the US. Most of my viewers are, so apologies. I just tend to assume that everybody's from the US or somewhere adjacent. But if you're joining us from somewhere else in the world, you are equally welcome here. Alright, let's see. We got the LRM boat. We probably don't need to fire 80 LRMs at this range. But I wouldn't be a good Taurian if I didn't. So that's exactly what we're gonna do.
Firing all weapons.
So Sierra, go ahead and give him 80 LRMs. And he somehow survived that. That's actually pretty impressive. We did, in fact, get the Naga fitted out. And Quit, to answer your question, our Lance Comp is kind of all over the place. We've been through actually a very rapid upgrade series as we've gotten our hands on more and more clan mechs. So, I mean, we've got a Naga, we've got a couple of Timberwolves, we still have the Saturday Night Fever, which is the Grasshopper laser boat. We got a couple Rommels, a Ballista. We've got a Summoner that we're using as a sniper. We do have the Royal Black Knight that we're calling the Diet Awesome. It's basically just a Black Knight with 3 PPCs on it. So we got a little bit of everything. We're not going for any particular type of Lance Comp, just whatever we have and whatever works. Yeah, that was in fact a ton of damage, but unfortunately, as you already know, LRMs are not really that damaging anyway. So LRMs tend to be really good for finishing up, but they're not great for those full alpha destroys.
Let's get this done, folks.
Alright, so these 2 summoners, interestingly enough, just seem to not want to die. But this is why I like the Summoner. It's actually it's a pretty durable mech for its weight class if you build it right. Okay, so Gravelion, you are up next. I think it's time to move up, and please, for the love of Blake and all that's holy, would you please finish off this frickin' gnome battle armor this time?
Engaging target.
Thank you. Thank you. It shouldn't take 8 shots to kill 1 frickin' battle armor. I mean, don't get me wrong, Brayden. If we had an XXL engine and an Irby with the right hard points, I wouldn't be against that idea. And, apparently our mans was not a true clanner because clanners don't eject.
Waiting for orders.
Not that I'm gonna complain about a free summoner. Alright, Typhoon. Time to have you do the same and mop up this, this battle armor with an SRM volley.
Roger that.
So of course we give him the full alpha, and
Go.
much like a Mark 19,
Down.
Typhoon and the SRMs is basically fuck that guy and everything in his general vicinity. And yes, now making it to the Saturday stream as well. Welcome, yes. Glad to have you. Glad you can make it. And yeah, I've said this before, but Twitch kind of sucks, at least as far as the notifications are concerned. So if you're not already following me on the Twitter machine, I highly recommend it. Because that is the most reliable way to know when I'm going live and when the next streams will be. I also tend to give people the most advanced warning. Although, I say that, technically I really only let everybody know about 9:45 this morning that I was going to stream. So today was a little bit of an exception. But normally I try to let everybody know as much in advance as possible. As a matter of fact, let me do this, because I just set it up. I don't know if it works. There you go. Convenient links for you so that you don't have to go looking. Although all of that information is also here on the homepage on Twitch.
10-4. Scored a critical hit.
Oh, for sure, Quick. You if you don't already know, you will find out very quickly. I'm all about that base.
Standing by.
I mean, after all, that's why I'm playing BattleTech. I like things that go boom. I mean, hell, I grew up in the country and we were using 200-year-old dynamite that still had nitroglycerin coating on the outside to blow tree stumps out in the wintertime. Because why would I yank out a cedar tree stump when I can stick a quarter stick of dynamite in it and just blow it up? Much, much faster that way. No, Bolo. No nukes. Not yet, anyway. Ah, well there you go. Then you know too. Alright, well that is all the current enemies off the field. So the next thing we need to do is head to, yeah, as I expected. Our next objective is going to be over here, and it's probably going to play out much the same. The unfortunate thing is how long it's going to take us to get over there. And it is going to take a while.
Affirmative.
I tell you what, we're just going to reserve everybody, and then I'll try ending the turn, and hopefully that'll get us out of the turn-based mode, and we can move over there a little faster. There we go.
Affirmative. I'm on my way.
Let's see, you know what? The bug zapper could also benefit for some elevation, so let's go ahead and send Gravelion up the hill. And just for funsies, we'll send the Naga and the Ballista up the hill as well. Because the elevation will actually be very beneficial for those weapon systems.
Roger.
I mean, Cody, to be fair, the reason that Bolo has nukes on the brain, and I know you wouldn't know this because you weren't here for the last stream, but we did actually fire the Davy Crockett at a big group of clanners yesterday. So, if you have not yet, I highly recommend you go check out the VOD from yesterday if you want to see that.
10-4.
But yeah, that's why Bolo has nuke on the brain. because we have officially popped the cork on that, and he's now looking for every excuse.
Commander.
Yeah, the advice that I've been giving everybody is, if you want to see the part where we use the nuke, all you have to do is go find the part in the VOD where everything is on fire, because that's
Location confirmed.
that is the point where we use the nuke. Oh, don't worry, Sierra. If you guys have spent any time on the YouTubes, I will be putting a short up for that. Just for the people that want to see it. But yeah, somebody in the stream could have clipped it. I'm actually surprised no one did.
Roger.
But yeah, at some point when I actually get around to editing the VOD from yesterday, I do plan to put a short up for when we use the Davy Crockett.
Got it.
And it was glorious. It was... I mean, just looking at the giant circle for the area of effect on it was crazy.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yeah. It was beautiful, and it was devastating at the same time.
Confirmed.
And I don't think anybody's gonna make the argument that the clanners didn't deserve it.
On the move.
I mean, I'm not gonna make that argument anyway.
Copy.
But what that also means is we can now count ourselves amongst, you know, all of the BattleTech universe's greatest villains in terms of war crimes.
All right.
Like, that's about as war crimey as you can get in the BattleTech universe, short of just glassing an entire planet.
On it.
Rhubarb, in terms of, like, game mechanics, no, there was no fallout, but it did leave a whole lot of fire patches on the ground. And all of the stuff that didn't get destroyed was left at maximum heat damage and maximum stability damage. So basically, we just had to send in a couple of hunchbacks and Erst in the Disco Inferno to clean up the leftovers.
That.
Most of them ended up ejecting rather than waiting to get blown up. Well, because it's rough terrain, rather than move Mara all the way up the hill, I think I'm just going to leave them here at the bottom, because they should be able to shoot all the way up and over this mountain. But yeah, this is the excruciating part of BattleTech sometimes, is you get stuck with these missions where they're like, okay, you accomplished this objective,
Affirmative.
now run 20 miles to the next one, and also there's a giant mountain in the way, so you have to go around. Like, come on, BattleTech. Work with me here. Let me see. Yep, we got all those moved. Uh-oh, there we go. And I don't really think we need to move the big Simo, but I'll get him a little closer to the edge, just so we got good visibility once the enemies do finally show up. Because we've done these blackouts before, and we already know how it goes. Once we get close enough to this next facility, then the enemies will magically appear out of nowhere.
Away.
I'm hoping either this turn or maybe next turn we'll finally be close enough to trigger the next round of enemies.
Copy.
Let's get you right up to the edge of the ridge. It's like right here for maximum elevation. And the Naga, we don't even need line of sight, so I'll just leave you in the tree line for protection.
Affirmative.
But we are getting there, slowly but surely.
Holding.
Uh-oh.
I copy.
Hit the button one too many times.
Move order received.
Wilco.
Alright, almost? Nope, not quite. This is gonna be it. I can feel it in the cockles. I can feel it in the cockles, chat. This is gonna be it.
Roger.
Okay, maybe it's not.
Moving.
Correct, Bolo. You are now up to the Holy Fat Man Mark IV.
Copy that, Commander.
And unless we can get our hands on, you know, like a Jotun from yesterday, I think it will probably be the final platform.
All right.
I mean, obviously, if we can get our hands on, like, a longbow or a Jotun or some other bigger assault mech, we may upgrade one more time, but the Naga's pretty good.
Location
It's ugly as sin, but it does the job. It absolutely will do the job.
Aye, aye.
Or an Omega. I would also take an Omega. I'm just saying, like,
Confirmed.
the Naga is an 80-ton assault that is built around Arrow 4s, and Bolo is basically our Arrow 4 guy. So, short of something even better than that, and the things that are better than a Naga in terms of an artillery platform are very rare and hard to come by. So, I'm not saying never. I'm not saying we're never gonna upgrade the Holy Fat Man. But we would have to get very lucky to find anything that's gonna be better than that. Alright, so we've got contacts incoming. This time we actually need to defend the buildings. So I see we got some enemies over here. Are they coming from both directions, or is it just one group? And looks like just one group. Alright, that we can handle. Of course, they're not going to let us fire because the enemy just spawned, so we'll just go ahead and end the turn.
Alright,
I
I'm
mean,
ready to
we're in decent enough positions right now anyway, so
Let's go.
let's see what they're going to do. Did you really? With a fire mod. Alright. I mean, to be fair, that's what light mechs are for. Are you serious? So this man comes in, runs full speed at the building, unloads a full alpha, and overheats himself. If that is not exactly what I expect from a Fire Moth pilot, I don't know what is.
Ready to rock.
I mean, you've basically volunteered to be the first one to get the business, my friend.
I got you.
And what kind of host would I be if I did not oblige? Enjoy your quad plasma rifle volley, my friend.
It's go time.
And there was nothing left.
Enemy eliminated.
There was nothing left. He and his derpy little arms have gone on to whatever the clanner version of Valhalla is. Yeah, the Fire Moth has like 30 points of armor at the center torso. So, not exactly like he was long for this world in the first place. Oh! I saw Gauss something. A Nova? So maybe a Nova with a Gauss? Let's see. I didn't actually bother to look at these guys. So yeah, we got a 50 Nova with a Gauss rifle. We got a Hellbringer that's got two LBX-10s. That could be pretty beefy. We got another Timberwolf. This one is the A variant with the PPCs. So those could hurt.
Standing by.
But you know what else hurts? RKO out of nowhere hurts. Alright, AFP. Well, hopefully you get to feeling better, and if so, my hope is that we will still be here when you do. Let's see. Who are we gonna have the better shot at? Yeah, clearly the Nova is going to be the better shot because it doesn't have spawn protection, so yeah. RKO out of nowhere, it is.
Fire an owl weapon.
Although the more that we use this thing, the more I feel like we do need to go back to the drawing board and put the streaks on it. Because imagine that entire volley, but it's either hit or miss. Alright, let's drop this artillery on the Timberwolf and hopefully get some splash on the other guys. Then again, maybe not, because it landed in a different zip code. Yeah, we couldn't get quite as close as I wanted to with the RKO. But that's okay.
Reporting major armor loss.
They're banging through my armor.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, Game Master, the man, the myth, the legend. Where can you go and what kind of shot do you have?
On my way.
Because the great thing about Game Master and Bamboozle is that they have Gauss rifles on their tank, which means as long as they got line of sight, they can probably hit.
Taking the shot.
Or they can shoot, at least.
Negative damage. Repeat. Negative damage.
Doesn't necessarily mean they'll hit. You are correct, Bolo. It is a Timberwolf that is nothing but LRMs. It fires 80 LRMs per turn. There is literally no other weapon system on this mech, so we called it Nice Rag.
Awaiting orders.
I mean, I felt like it was appropriate. Yes, it was a Sierra upgrade, so we upgraded Sierra out of the Dervish into a Timberwolf, and then we upgraded Typhoon out of the Treb into the Dervish, but replaced all the LRMs with SRMs. So as usual, you know, the slow, steady climb up the tech tree. I like that after we hit him with the Gauss rifle, he just kind of turned that direction like, what the fuck, yo?
Commander.
Like, well, that's what happens. That's what happens. You stepped into the squared circle with the Tenori Tigers, what the hell did you expect? That's how these things go. Alright, let's try for the headshot. We might get lucky. It's 50-50 chances. I say we take it.
Roger that.
Man, I'm telling you.
Hostile eliminated.
I'm telling you. If the rest of you jokers spent as much time at the range as I did, these missions would be a lot faster.
Skipper.
Alright, here we go. Second round of Arrow 4s fired in anger. This mission. We're probably gonna catch our people in the crossfire. You know what? Let's shoot at the Nova. It's just a little bit farther away.
Copy that.
Let's see. Boom and boom. So yeah, the Arrow 4, as it normally does, excels at just shaving that armor off of everything it hits. The sad thing is, Devious's line of sight is going to be a little bit blocked, so let me see. We can get right here.
Location confirmed.
And then we've actually got a shot at both of these guys. So I think because the Nova has the most stability damage, we'll go ahead and shoot at them first, and maybe we get lucky and get a headshot. Maybe we get lucky and just knock them down with the stability.
Firing at him.
No headshot. Unfortunate. Did we get the knockdown at least? It doesn't look like it. Dang it. Paranoiac, I wouldn't be against the idea of a full Timberwolf Lance if we could get our hands on them, but so far we've only got two. That's fair, Typhoon. But all the more reason for us to get you the streaks instead, so that way we can make sure if we aren't gonna hit, then we're out wasting ammo. Let's have Ost take his headshots at the Hellbringer. And doesn't look like we got the headshot, but we did get an armor breach. So that guy's probably gonna be having a bad time in the very near future.
Yes,
Well, yeah, the very, very near future now that Sierra is up.
on my way.
And let's see, what did we actually... Oh, center torso and the right torso? My friend. You have 80 LRMs about to be coming in your direction. I don't think you're gonna make it. I don't think you're gonna make it, my friend. I'm sorry. Well, tell your test tube you said goodbye.
Giving in everything I
Or wherever it is that planners are born. Yep.
got.
Yep.
Hostile removed.
Well, there you go, Sierra. You wanted a kill on a full alpha. You got your kill on a full alpha.
Orders?
And the Saturday Night Fever, again, I'm glad we upgraded the frickin' engine in this thing, because suddenly the Saturday Night Fever is a force to be reckoned with. Alright, can we full alpha? We should be able to. Just barely. Alright, give him the center torso, full alpha. And that should... Yep, that's that. So unless they got some more reinforcements coming in, that's a mission accomplished. Yep, that's it. That is it. I think it's a 419, Brayden, on the salvage, if I remember correctly.
Successful.
So outstanding first mission. We did get a couple of armor breaches on our mechs, but that's not a big deal. We didn't lose any equipment, so it should be relatively simple and easy repairs. Plus, we know we got some decent salvage. If we did get the 419 on the salvage picks, we ought to be able to put together at least one summoner, or, since we got the headshot on that Timberwolf, we might be able to put another one of those together. Plus, even with all the money that we spent on ammo, we spent 41k on ammo, we still made 31k. So as long as we're making money. Yeah, that was a 2-skull mission. And again, this is a flashpoint, so we're going to be doing another one right after it. So Devious took some damage, and yeah, that's it. Outstanding first mission. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the salvage. We got the Hellbringer, we got the Sidewinder, we got a bunch of summoner parts. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Full salvage on a Timberwolf. I mean, I have to ask, but I already know what you guys are going to say. Do we go with the Timberwolf or do we go with the Summoner? I already know what you're going to say, but I have to ask. Well, sadly, Digital Arc, you have the only vote for the Summoner. The people have spoken. So Timberwolf it is, again, to the surprise of absolutely no one. With that being said, we will probably, I mean, depending on how the salvage plays out, we may get another Summoner anyway, just on the random picks. So, you never know. No, we only got one Summoner part. So RNGesus, once again, is not our friend today. We don't need those. How many small pulses do we have? Okay, I'll keep those. We got some big engines. Mama do be liking some big engines. I like big cores, and I cannot lie. ER ATMs are doo-doo, so we're gonna get rid of those. be wrong, Capsy. I prefer inner sphere mechs for their internal flexibility. I've said before, like clan mechs are great because you can put any weapon you want in them. But inner sphere mechs are great because you can mess around with the internal systems a lot more. And you can make a mech as cheap or as expensive as you want. You can do a whole lot more with it than you can with a clan mech. And I see you, yes, with that water, so we are hydrating. But right now, clan mechs are going to be the strongest mechs that we have access to. So I'm using them until we get our hands, like for example, I would argue that the Rifleman 2C and the Royal Black Knight that we have are both much, much better overall weapon platforms than the Clan Omni-Mechs. But the Clan Omni-Mechs are more plentiful and they hit harder for what we're doing right now. I don't think it's hydrating if it's whiskey, troubleshooter, but at the same time, you're allowed to drink whatever you like. My preferred drink is water. Because water is delicious, and you should drink it. You should drink more of it. No matter how much water you drink, you should always drink more. Because no one drinks enough.